It's 3 a.m. again, and you're staring at the ceiling. Your mind is racing, your body feels restless, and you're wondering why sleep, something that used to come so naturally, has become your nightly enemy. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. But here's what's truly frightening. Those sleepless nights aren't just making you tired, they're actually accelerating the aging of your brain, erasing precious memories, and setting you up for cognitive decline. What if I told you that 3 sleep habits you probably consider normal, maybe even healthy, are secretly stealing years from your mind? And what if the solution isn't another prescription bottle, but 3 simple secrets that could restore your brain's natural repair system while you sleep? I'm about to share research that will change how you think about sleep forever. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why your current sleep routine might be working against you, and more importantly, how to fix it starting tonight. Let me tell you about Margaret, a 68-year-old retired teacher from Ohio. For 2 years, Margaret noticed her memory getting fuzzy. She'd forget names, lose her keys, and struggle to find words during conversations. Her doctor suggested it was normal aging, but Margaret refused to accept that. When we dug deeper into her nightly routine, we discovered 3 seemingly innocent habits that were literally shrinking her brain while she slept. Before we dive in, I want you to think about your own sleep routine. Do you take melatonin every night? Do you watch TV in bed? Do you pride yourself on getting by with just 5 or 6 hours of sleep? If you answered yes to any of these, pay close attention. Your brain depends on what I'm about to share. The first sleep mistake is one that millions of seniors make every single night, thinking they're being proactive about their health.
Sleep mistake number 1, the nightly melatonin trap. Here's the shocking truth about melatonin that the supplement industry doesn't want you to know. While melatonin can help reset your sleep cycle occasionally, taking it every night after 60 is like putting a Band-Aid on a broken bone. You're not fixing the problem, you're making it worse. Dr. Matthew Walker's groundbreaking research at UC Berkeley shows that chronic melatonin use actually suppresses your brain's natural production of this crucial hormone. After just 2 weeks of nightly use, your pineal gland, the tiny organ responsible for natural melatonin, begins to shut down its own production. It's like your brain says, "Why should I work when you're giving me artificial melatonin every night?" But here's where it gets truly dangerous for your memory. Natural melatonin doesn't just help you fall asleep. It's your brain's most powerful antioxidant, clearing out the toxic amyloid plaques that cause Alzheimer's disease. When you suppress natural melatonin production, you're essentially turning off your brain's nightly cleaning crew. A 2019 study published in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease followed 847 seniors for 5 years. Those who used melatonin supplements nightly showed a 73% faster rate of cognitive decline compared to those who relied on natural sleep methods. That's nearly 3/4 faster brain aging. Margaret was taking 3 milligrams of melatonin every night for 2 years. Within 6 weeks of stopping and implementing the natural methods I'll share later, her sleep quality improved dramatically and her memory fog began to clear. But here's what really surprised me about Margaret's case. The second mistake she was making seemed completely harmless. In fact, most people consider it relaxing.
Sleep mistake number 2, the blue light brain drain. Every night, Margaret would wind down by watching her favorite cooking shows on the tablet in her bedroom. She thought this was helping her relax, but she was actually flooding her brain with blue light at the worst possible time. Here's what happens when you expose your aging eyes to screens within 2 hours of bedtime. Blue light suppresses melatonin production by up to 85%, according to Harvard Medical School research. But for seniors, the damage goes much deeper than just delayed sleep.
Dr. Mariana Figueroa's studies at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute reveal that blue light exposure in the evening disrupts what's called your circadian amplitude, essentially how strong your body's internal clock signals are. After age 60, this amplitude naturally weakens, making you more vulnerable to circadian disruption. When your circadian rhythm is disrupted, your brain can't properly cycle through the sleep stages it needs for memory consolidation. Deep sleep, which typically happens in the first third of the night, is when your brain transfers information from short-term to long-term memory. Without adequate deep sleep, new memories simply don't stick. A fascinating study from the University of Rochester showed that during deep sleep, your brain literally shrinks by 60%, allowing cerebrospinal fluid to wash through and clear out metabolic waste. This includes the tau proteins and amyloid beta plaques associated with dementia. Blue light exposure blocks this crucial brain cleaning process. Margaret's tablet habit was stealing approximately 45 minutes of deep sleep each night. Over 2 years, that added up to nearly 550 hours of lost brain repair time. No wonder her memory was suffering. Which brings us to the third mistake, one that might be the most dangerous of all because it's often seen as a badge of honor. Sleep mistake number 3, the 5-hour fallacy. Margaret often bragged that she only needed 5 hours of sleep. "I've always been a light sleeper," she'd say. "I get more done with less sleep." This mindset is incredibly common among high-achieving seniors, but it's literally killing brain cells. Here's the hard truth. There is no such thing as a healthy 5-hour sleeper after age 60. Dr. Matthew Walker's research shows that sleeping less than 7 hours per night increases your risk of dementia by 30%. But the mechanism is what's truly frightening. During the deepest stage of sleep, called slow-wave sleep, your brain produces growth hormone. This hormone isn't just for children. It's essential for repairing damaged brain tissue and forming new neural connections. After age 60, you naturally produce 75% less growth hormone than you did in your 20s. Cut your sleep short, and you eliminate what little brain repair you have left. A longitudinal study following 8,000 British civil servants for 25 years found that those who reduced their sleep from 7 to 5 hours per night experienced a 70% increase in mortality risk. Their brains aged equivalent to an extra 4 to 7 years compared to adequate sleepers. But here's where Margaret's story takes a remarkable turn. Once we identified these 3 toxic sleep habits, we replaced them with 3 science-backed secrets that not only restored her sleep, but actually began reversing her cognitive decline.
Sleep secret number 1, the 90-minute rule. Instead of relying on artificial melatonin, we taught Margaret to work with her brain's natural 90-minute sleep cycles. Here's how this works. Your brain cycles through light sleep, deep sleep, and REM sleep in roughly 90-minute intervals. Most people try to sleep for 8 hours, which equals about 5.3 cycles, often waking up in the middle of deep sleep feeling groggy. The secret is to sleep in multiples of 90 minutes. For most seniors, 7.5 hours, 5 complete cycles, is the sweet spot. This means if you need to wake up at 7 a.m., you should be asleep by 11:30 p.m., not midnight. Margaret started tracking her sleep cycles using a simple technique. She noted how she felt when waking naturally on weekends. She discovered her body preferred exactly 5 cycles, waking naturally after 7.5 hours, feeling refreshed, rather than forcing herself to sleep 8 hours and waking up groggy. Within 2 weeks of following the 90-minute rule, Margaret's energy levels improved dramatically. But the real magic happened when we introduced the second secret.
Sleep secret number 2, the temperature drop protocol. Your body temperature naturally drops 2 to 3 degrees as you prepare for sleep. After age 60, this temperature regulation becomes less efficient, making it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. The secret is to deliberately trigger this temperature drop. Here's the exact protocol Margaret followed. 2 hours before bedtime, she would take a hot bath or shower lasting 10 to 15 minutes. The hot water dilates blood vessels near your skin's surface. When you get out, rapid heat loss from these dilated vessels signals your brain that it's time for deep sleep. Stanford University researchers found this technique reduces the time it takes to fall asleep by 36% and increases deep sleep by 15%. For Margaret, who used to lie awake for 45 minutes, this was life-changing. She began falling asleep within 10 minutes. But we added one more element to maximize the effect. Margaret would keep her bedroom temperature at exactly 66 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Your brain needs to drop its core temperature by about 2 degrees to initiate sleep. A cool room makes this process effortless. The combination of the hot bath and cool bedroom created the perfect physiological conditions for restorative sleep. Margaret's deep sleep improved so dramatically that she started remembering her dreams again, something that hadn't happened in years. Now, let me share the third secret, which might surprise you because it has nothing to do with nighttime. Sleep secret number 3, the morning light reset. The most powerful tool for perfect sleep doesn't happen at bedtime. It happens within the first hour after you wake up. Your circadian rhythm is controlled by a master clock in your brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus. This clock needs a strong light signal every morning to stay properly calibrated. After age 60, your eyes let in 50% less light than they did when you were younger. This means you need more intentional light exposure to maintain a strong circadian rhythm. Margaret began spending 20 minutes outside within 1 hour of waking, even on cloudy days. Outdoor light, even when filtered through clouds, is 10 to 25 times brighter than indoor lighting. Dr. Sachin Panda's research at the Salk Institute shows that consistent morning light exposure advances your sleep phase, making you naturally tired earlier in the evening and more alert in the morning. It's like resetting your internal clock every single day. Margaret combined this with a simple rule: no sunglasses during her morning walk unless absolutely necessary. The light needs to hit your retinas directly to signal your brain effectively. The results were remarkable. Within 4 weeks, Margaret was naturally falling asleep by 10:30 p.m. without any supplements or sleep aids. Her energy levels stabilized, and most importantly, her memory fog began to lift. 6 months later, Margaret's cognitive assessment scores improved by 40%. Her doctor was amazed by the transformation. But Margaret knew the secret. She had simply given her brain what it needed to repair itself naturally every night. Here's what I want you to remember from Margaret's story. Sleep isn't just about rest. It's about brain survival. Every night that you don't get adequate restorative sleep, you're allowing toxic proteins to accumulate in your brain while missing the crucial repair processes that keep your mind sharp. The 3 toxic habits we discussed, chronic melatonin use, evening blue light exposure, and chronic sleep restriction, are stealing your cognitive future one night at a time. But the 3 secrets, the 90-minute rule, temperature drop protocol, and morning light reset, can restore your brain's natural ability to repair and regenerate. Your sleep quality after 60 isn't a luxury. It's a necessity for maintaining your independence, your memories, and your quality of life. You have the power to choose which path your brain takes. Choose wisely, choose tonight, and choose the future version of yourself who wakes up refreshed, sharp, and ready for whatever life brings. If this video opened your eyes to the connection between sleep and brain health, I want you to hit that like button right now. Subscribe to this channel and ring the notification bell, because I'm committed to sharing the latest research on healthy aging that can truly change your life. And here's my question for you. Which of these sleep mistakes have you been making? And which secret are you most excited to try tonight? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one and often feature your questions in future videos. Remember, the best investment you can make for your future self is the sleep you get tonight. Sweet dreams, and here's to many more sharp, memory-filled years ahead.